I've noticed that whenever I make a meaningful decision,
I'm usually filled with a lot of second guessing and doubt.
and I think I finally started to understand why. So I've started this weird little hobby, and it gives me actually a little rush, but it also, I think it indicates something important. Because these doubts and second guessing, they show up everywhere, in my relationships, my career, in leadership opportunities, and yes, even in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. So I've turned this weird hobby into kind of a practice for those moments that really do matter. If you've ever been to a yoga class, you know that every class ends essentially the same way, in Shavasana, the part where everyone's lying on the floor pretending to be dead. And the teacher always says the same thing. You can stay here as long as you like, get up whenever you're ready. And at some point, someone gets up, and someone else, and it starts to feel like, oh, it's time to get up. And I get this weird rush by just laying there and riding it out, sitting in that discomfort just for a moment, which is ridiculous. There's just something about knowing that I'm supposed to be getting up, but I'm choosing not to anyway. There's nothing at stake here. So why does it feel good? Like I'm accomplishing something? And the more I thought about it, the more I realized this has nothing to do with yoga at all. I think a lot of us are waiting for permission before we act. I spend huge parts of my life waiting for things to feel clear, to feel right before I step into them, before I take ownership of my decisions and move forward. I wait until it's time to get up, instead of deciding that it's the right time for me to get up. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's times where the best thing to do is just go with the flow, but it doesn't excite me. And I think I've figured out what this is really about. It's not about being a rebel or being a free spirit or sticking it to the man. I think meaningful action almost always carries with it tension. And it's empowering, it's thrilling. I enjoy the feeling of defining the moment. I'm no longer waiting for someone to decide for me, I'm deciding. But I also think there's another side to this, because forcing your will into a situation comes with its own set of problems. You have to be willing to define a moment and tolerating the emotional consequences that comes with that. You send the text, you start the project, you apologize first. You make the move before certainty arrives. And right before you do, doubt shows up. That's part of what makes it meaningful. No conflict I've ever been in with someone I care about ends until someone has the courage to apologize first, to admit fault first. And this extends into global conflicts, into the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Everyone's waiting for the other side to take that first risk. What if it backfires? What if I look naive? What if I put all this energy into a resolution and nothing changes? But someone has to take the action. A move that could make things better, or it might make things worse. So I think that's why I enjoy being the last person to get up from Shavasana. It's a completely meaningless moment, but for a split second, I get to practice making a decision that feels a little uncertain. It makes me feel a little uneasy, and maybe I'll be more ready when a real opportunity comes.